Your love makes me want so much more.
My name is Jerry Gant, Newark-based artist, Newark Korean artist. You know, I wouldn't know how to be an artist if it wasn't for Newark. And right now I'm standing present in the energy of my brother Rodney Gilbert. Me and Rodney go back with our relationship at least 25 years. And thus, through all those 25 years, he watched me bloom, I watched him emerge. We both collaborated on pieces, we worked independently, but we was always within each other's cipher. You know, Newark, as it being, is a smaller, you know, town, so everyone kind of know each other. And when we see ideas, and I heard someone just say murals, when it was first starting, and sculpture gardens and all these beautiful things like this, we've always been in cahoots with one another. So he's not just a brother for me, that's my kindred spirit. You know, so thus, in the transitional stages, he built a pyramid. And it's up to us now to make sure that pyramid remains on solid ground. And that solid ground is when it's a continuum. When that 7th grader he wrote a play for, or he helped direct in their very first play. See, that's the foundation of the pyramid. So that senior that he brought into, whether it was the African Globe, whether it was through his Drew, whether it's through his community activism, things of that nature, that helped build this foundation.
Let's get ready to capsule.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're back and we're working. Oh,
Episode
man.
19. I'm Godson Tony.
I'm Shyborn Inf.
And we are
the Ill Mind Capsule.
Listen, man, it gets better and better every time. You know?
You better believe it.
So, like I always ask, man, how was your weekend? Or your week?
You know what I'm going to say. Constant elevation.
Oh, man, you always say that.
Right, and I mean it.
Yeah, man. My weekend was good.
We had some good news, too, so, you know, we always elevate.
Oh, yeah, we always got good news.
Right.
But you know what? We keep it in a capsule.
We do.
You know, the private, the Volt capsule, because we don't want to spoil it for y'all. You know, we got a couple surprises coming in the future. Lower third. I don't know what happened. Went off the screen, but yeah, it's all good.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, stay tuned, and we got some developments coming up, special guests and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, so moving right along into this show this week, what we got going on?
Well, you know, today is our co-signment show.
Co-signment. Oh, man.
Co-signment.
We're going to unpack that. Co-signment, not consignment. You know what consignment is. You know.
Right.
Whether on a business tip, you know, retail, or you in the streets, you know, we know what consignment.
We know what consignment is.
Somebody comes up and drops off a bunch of shirts, maybe 20 shirts at your store, and says, "Hey, listen, I don't want no money from you right now, but I'm gonna leave these shirts here, and if they sell, I'll be back, and I want a certain amount back, and you get to keep a certain amount."
Right.
So that's what consignment is. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about co-signment. So
yeah, but we'll get
into that. You know, it's too early right now.
Yeah, it's early.
So James Baldwin,
Sir James himself.
I mean, before we even go into that, we don't like to talk about this too much, but Black History Month.
Yeah.
You know, how do you celebrate? I mean, we're in February right now.
Well, you know, we can party like a rock star in February, but I'm a party with the same energy in March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January.
Right. I mean, I feel
February
like,
is the remix.
but that's why we every week we kind of like bring you something in Black history.
That's
or,
right.
Or
A black exploration.
I
of
mean,
black
but the show is not
experience.
built. It's not centered around that.
No,
But we gotta pay homage to who we are
that's right.
and the demographics we're catering to.
That's
So Black History Month for us is a constant. It's every day, and other history too. But
American history. We American. You're Nigerian.
I'm African. Like
so African.
yeah. We all African.
African American.
African American.
Human.
Human.
Human history.
So that's why we focus on history, human history.
Right.
But Black history as a core.
So it won't be a mystery. Yeah. So you'll know what he's talking about.
I'm Black first.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you're from the Black First tribe? Me too. You Black First Indian.
Yeah, I'm everything after that, but I'm Black. Well, I'm human first. Let's
Right.
Yeah, then we can go back to the last show. It's still an identity.
Yes, yeah.
what I mean?
Whatever you identify with, it should be acceptable to those who are outside of your cipher.
Yeah.
Those who are inside your cipher already understand that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Knowledge born.
Shout out to
19th
Frozone.
Frozone.
Frozone in the studio.
Bam, bam, bam.
Fro.
Oh, he's got his own.
Yeah. So moving right along.
Right.
James Baldwin.
Sir James, Mr. Baldwin.
Sons of
Native Sons.
Native Sons.
Ill book. If you haven't read it, you should definitely read it. It's insightful.
I haven't read it yet.
It's definitely insightful.
I gotta check that out.
Haven't read it in a while again, but in school and stuff like that.
Don't forget about Jerry Gant, right?
Oh yeah, I mean we just
Big up
to OG Jerry Gant.
the big homie.
But you see, that's why we started off with Jerry Gant.
That's right.
know.
Those who sowed seeds before us, laid capsules before us, will never forget you.
Mm-hmm.
You're always in our hearts and our minds and our energy.
And that's why we represented them, and when I say them, that was a clip of OG Jerry Gant talking about him and Rodney Gilbert, and those, and sadly enough, both of them are not here with us today, but we still commemorate them and keep them in memory, and present them.
Our trailblazers, those who weren't afraid to cross the ancestral plane. It sounds weird, but now they are ancestors.
But they were fully expressed in their art and their work.
Indeed.
And look, check this out. I got my Jerry Gant shirt, my outfit on today. Exclusive. You know what I mean? Like exclusive. Y'all don't want me to turn around.
Okay.
Y'all don't want me to turn
No,
around.
I
Y'all
think
don't
you
want
should turn around for one
turn
time.
around for
One time.
One time.
For
Oh
the
man.
one time.
He said I should turn around, so I'm gonna turn around for y'all one time for the one time.
Let's see if they got that.
Y'all see that, right?
Stand up.
No. I'm gonna say it like that.
No, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh,
Y'all see it, right?
Oh, this is serious.
Yeah. That's the OG Jerry Gant right there.
Big
Yeah,
up,
man.
big up, big up, big up.
That's one of a kind, OG Jerry Gant. So moving right along.
That's Hood Vuitton right there.
Oh man, listen, I paid a grip for this. This was, from his collection.
Supported the cause.
Yeah, of course we have to support his estate. He had a lot of good pieces. Yeah. So yeah. Shout out. What's next? Confederate.
The Confederate
Oh no, yeah.
symbols. Those symbols.
The statues. The Confederate statues falling faster as America comes to discover
Their faults.
her faults.
Right.
So the symbols and the statues, they're bringing them all down. We witnessed that in Newark a while ago. That's not new to us.
Right.
Oh.
But it's easier.
They took down. What was that, Spencer? Was that the Columbus statue? Christopher Columbus or the Napoleon, or which one? I think they took down. They took that. They took that down.
They took some down in near the World Trade too. Well, not downtown in the Wall Street area. I think it's easier for the northern states to apply to this new identity or false recording of old identities than the South, which hold on to things such as the Confederate flag and those leaders.
I think we might have some image about that too, but keep going.
Let's pull up those visuals we have.
Yeah.
So that's the image. They're seeing the image now of
Yeah, but
statue.
but those statues were up for a while, like, and what did they? I mean, they represented something for a group of people. They represented something for a group of people, know, but for another group of people, they represented something else.
Well, that's the disturbing fact, because if we look at what has been done as far as symbols in Egypt and in Africa, like the Sphinx and the nose is blasted off and things of that nature, what they call whitewashing or creditalization of landmarks. Because these are landmarks, pyramid, whether it be a pyramid, the Sphinx, any of those things that attributed to black excellence or history of a certain native people. When you change that visual so that years later their seeds don't get to see it in its whole personification, that changes the dialogue conversation. So what is going to be the conversation when there isn't no Robert E. Lee's and these different generals that supported slavery and the civil wars and things of that nature? When they're gone, what is the conversation to our new rising kings and queens? They don't have to be apologetic or as apologetic, because now they can have a clean slate. Because most of these things are in history books, but on the other side, not so much of showing.
Whose history books?
The history books that everyone has to study to get that GED.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody has to study to get that diploma.
Yeah.
People with master's degrees. They study out of the same book. It's up to you whether you know thyself, though, and study on your own.
Yeah.
So,
you have to.
A good book is Native Son again.
Native Son. I mean, but you see, that's why you have to stay studied up.
That's right.
Like you have to do the research. You have to, because nobody's going to read for you.
Right.
Nobody's going to do the research for you. Everybody gets their own information and use it. They might share it with you, but they're not going to apply it for you.
Indeed.
Only you have to apply it.
I
But
think you hit that button on that one. Application of knowledge. It
Listen,
takes you to wisdom, but if you don't apply knowledge,
you have to. you're gonna be a sitting duck.
You're just gonna have a lot of data.
Yeah, a lot of data.
A lot of
looking at a lot of information. Yep.
No application. You didn't apply it to nothing.
So moving right along. Newark. I mean, it's not even Newark. I think there's a program going on as far as like expungement. There's a document out right now. If you have, charges for weed or drugs, I think it's mostly focused. It's a past offense. I think it's mostly focused on marijuana.
Okay.
So if you want to get it expunged, there's a document that's out right now. I think we have a copy of it. We'll flash it on. We'll flash it. We'll flash it on the screen for about a few seconds, maybe 5 to 10 seconds. If you have your phones,
look into it.
You can take a snapshot, pass it on to a friend, to a cousin, a brother, a sister, somebody that need to get some stuff off their record, so they can get that good job, or they can move along.
Right.
Yeah, man. So shout out, shout out to John Gamble. Baba Yum. Oh, okay, great. Shout out to Baba Yum, for that piece of information.
Shout out.
So real quick, we'll just go into the birthdays. This month
we got Gamble and Huff.
Gamble and Huff.
Gamble and Huff. Before we get to the birthdays, we just want to give you another part of excellence, music excellence in the 70s.
Oh yeah. Gamble and Huff.
Gamble, Huff, and Bell. Tom Bell, who was also a inspiration to that Philly sound, responsible for that whole Philly sound. We have a visual for those guys here and now.
Oh, you want to see that here and now? Oh, I see what you're saying.
They
I showed the then.
okay.
Now, want to move to now?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
move to now. Those brothers are still linked up. Responsible for the OJs, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Teddy Pendergrass, MFSB, Billy Paul,
Wow.
Patti LaBelle, Lou Rawls. Between 1971 and the 1980s, the label released more than 170 gold and platinum records.
Listen, man, y'all need to go check them out. Do y'all research. Y'all got YouTube, y'all got Spotify. A lot of y'all youngins out there, new generation. Listen, these are the OGs, man. These are the guys who paved the way. Do your homework.
That's when your parents say, "Now, that's
Listen,
music."
A lot of y'all was born or made from this music.
Right.
Or these guys. So go pay some respect.
They still look kind of youthful too, man.
Shout out. But moving right along, because we, we're pressed for time. Or
We in the capsule.
Yeah, we're in the capsule. So birthdays.
Birthdays. Who we had?
Who we have? We have Ashton Kutcher.
He's today, right?
Oh yeah, he's today, February 7th. How old is he? Do we have that up there?
I'm not sure.
I'm
how
not
old.
sure how
44, I think he was.
44. I think Ashton Kutcher older than that. He older than that.
No, probably about 44.
Chris Rock is 57.
57.
Yeah. Bobby Brown.
And Bobby Brown,
was
born in
the 5th. He was 2 days ago.
yeah 1969.
Yeah. Bobby Brown is out there looking
The
good.
big homie.
He's doing good for his age. Shout out to all those brothers.
He's doing it his prerogative, like holding it down for this long.
On an R&P note, this is more comical, but R&P to Zeke from
R.I.P.
for
to
Power.
Zeke. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Zeke from Power.
He's not dead for
He's
real.
not dead for real, but he's dead off the show.
Right.
I think we got a picture of him, sad face Zeke, looking all surprised, getting booted off the show.
I guess I'm dead now.
He looks salty.
Last episode. Rest in peace, Zeke. But with that, we'll say we'll be back. We're gonna go.
Oh yeah, but before that, didn't we have before we go to James Baldwin, what was before that? It was something else that we were supposed to talk about before we segued out. That we wasn't gonna. Anyway, I can't remember. It happens.
Right.
We'll just go to the next segment. The
That
commercial.
Mercury retrograde. is
That
working.
Mercury retrograde is kicking. It's over right now. We just came out of it, so it might be a
Getting
tail
back
end.
to ourselves.
We're getting back to
I
our
wouldn't
usual.
call it commercial. It's kind of like a great man.
Oh, so yeah, we're gonna go into James Baldwin.
Oh, a speech.
A speech. That's what we have for y'all. So it's not even a commercial.
Right.
Wow, this is powerful.
Oh, we couldn't forget about that.
We could forget about this guy, man. James Baldwin. He's a great legend. Spence, go right into it.
Respect.
The reason that black people are in the streets has to do with the lives they're forced to lead in this country. And they're forced to lead these lives by the indifference and the apathy and a certain kind of ignorance, a very willful ignorance on the part of their co-citizens. Everybody knows, no matter what they do not know, that they wouldn't like to be a black man in this country They know that, and they shut their minds against the rest of it, all the implications of being a black father, or a black woman, or a black son, and all of the implications involved in a human being's endeavor to take care of his wife, to take care of his children, to raise his children to be men and women in the teeth of a structure which is built to deny that I can be a human being or that my child can be. The great question in the country has been all the years that I've been living here, and I was born here 43 years ago, is what does the Negro want? And this question masks a terrible knowledge. I want exactly what you want. And you know what you want. I want to be left alone. I don't want any of the things that people accuse Negroes of wanting. And I don't hate you. I simply want to be able to raise my children in peace and arrive at my own maturity in my own way, in peace. I don't want to be defined by you. I think that you and I might learn a great deal from each other if you can overcome the curtain of my color. The curtain of my color is what you use to avoid facing the facts of our common history, the facts of American life. It is easy to call me a Negro or a nigger or a promising black man, but in fact, I'm a man like you. I want to live like you. This country is mine too. I paid as much for it as you. White means that you are European still, and black means that I'm African. And we both know, we've both been here too long. You can't go back to Ireland or Poland or England, and I can't go back to Africa. And we will live here together, or we'll die here together. It is not I am telling you. Time is telling you. You will listen or you will perish.
And we're working.
We're back and we're working.
Shabon Inf,
Godson Tony, and we are.
the Ill Mind Capsule.
So,
Co-Signment.
no, before we even go into that, bro, did you see the picture of Albert Einstein
Yeah.
with the black scholars?
I forget
that
what
wasn't
school
reported.
that was, but it wasn't
I think we have a picture
recorded.
of that.
It's very lone media.
It wasn't
suggests-
reported by his peers and even put into like the media, like just because he was meeting with I forget what year
No,
that
Black
was.
College too. Is
What that was 1946 or something like that,
Yeah.
or something like that, 1940s.
So there he was exchanging wealth of knowledge
On relativity,
with peers.
yeah, on relativity. Look at that.
Keyword relativity.
And then
Those able to relate to,
Hmm.
or things,
science,
person, place, and things able to be related.
yeah,
To. Yeah.
but it was not. It was left out of history.
Of
But
course.
over here, we represent history because like we said, it's not about black or.
That's knocking it out the park. 'cause
Yeah.
We just talked about
It's
the
not about
sphinxes.
It's not about color.
We just talked about the symbols that they are uprooting.
Mm-hmm.
How about the symbols that they're burying?
Wow, the history,
The history.
the stories, the
Don't worry about
the
it.
meetings,
The capsule is digging.
the exchange of minds and knowledge.
Talk about it now.
You know,
All right,
relativity.
All right.
All right. No, we ain't gonna go deep today.
I see you. You was about to zone.
No, the wings. We're not going. We're not.
You
know.
took the red or the blue pill.
Today we keeping it light, as you
right.
can see. You know,
Like assignment, co-signment.
you see, I read something today. They said, it's good to have a light heart. It's great to have a light heart.
I'll even add on to that.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather have a light heart
lightheartedness
than a heavy head.
Oof.
Too much on the brain, we won't be able to share this heart. We have lighthearted, you're willing to share it more. It's light. It's weight. Its weight doesn't bear us down and have us in a stupor where we don't forget humanity.
Yes, I'm choosing to be light right now.
All right. Live light.
Live light.
That's a good saying. Live light.
Shout out to my boy Light Brown. Speaking about Light, I'll hit you up today. I saw his missed call. He's probably watching. So yeah, moving right along. Co-Signment.
Co-Signment. Before we get into co-signment, because this is a segue.
Oh, okay.
I want to thank everyone who's been to the Ill Mind Capsule, participated with us, been interviewed, been behind the scenes, because they help co-sign us.
Oh my gosh, they've been co-signing us since day one.
And we're co-signing them.
Just by them showing up and being here.
That's right.
And allowing us to get into their world and interview them and be with them. They co-signed us and we co-signed them too by having them on the show.
Most definitely.
So that before we even get into what co-signment is, that's already like a segue or a breakdown of what co-signment. That's the show already.
That's
right
it.
there. That's the show. You know.
So for those that don't know what a co-sign is, it's to sign, when speaking business ways, loan or lease jointly with another person in order to guarantee payment. You may have to get someone to co-sign your loan if you don't have previous credit history, or you may sign a document jointly with another or others to go into a business deal because together as a conglomerate, it's a better a fixture.
I like how you shout out to Shaw, man. I like how you always like come with the dictionary breakdown. Like there's co-signment is not even a word.
Right.
So how did you even come up with that?
Well,
that's a word we created.
English is a bastard language. So you study etymology, you know that any word can be broken down. So if you highlight a word meaning sign, co means dual, shared responsibility, and meant.
I co-sign what you're saying right now.
And I co-sign you back. So, layman's terms, for those who have been, it's not even just a street. You could have been in a situation where you were applying for a job. And what does it ask you for? A referral, right? Yeah. Someone to co-sign you to your abilities or to state that the things that you say are true.
That's true. That's true. That is, like, you need several cosigns.
But do we really need them?
I mean,
to operate in the universe in this global scale, I think yes. But every day as I wake up, every day as you wake up and you look into that mirror after you brush your teeth and take your showers and get your hygiene together, you look in the mirror and you see who? You see a primary. Mm-hmm. And what I say to myself, I say, this guy is handsome. This guy is intelligent. This guy is gonna eat what he kills.
Shout out to the self affirmations in the morning. You see
right.
You see how you giving it away. You giving away gems.
If you don't kill, you don't eat.
Y'all better take notes.
Listen, he doesn't give himself enough credit. We are responsible for each other, and we own up to that. Mm-hmm. So if I didn't bring this type of energy, he'd be the one whispering in my ear, yo, your energy's kind of down. He said that just a minute, and on a positive note to Frozone, and Frozone had a moment. He was like, I see you went through something. And he said, yeah, that energy is real.
Yeah.
That coagulation of energies connecting, kinetic energy positioning themselves together for one common cause is what the Ill Mind Capsule is.
So basically what had happened was just to segue into that real quick, before we go back into the cosign.
Yeah.
You see, it felt like Spirit had co-signed a moment in that moment, because I was going to go somewhere else with the intro of the show. And being that it was Black History Month, I said, you know what, why don't we start with Jerry Gant? It was like,
But check this out. This is where it
and
plugs in
as
more.
soon as I had that thought and I said it, and I showed him, and we played it, and what he said, what he was saying, you were doing something else, but the way he got up, I saw, he didn't realize that I was watching him.
Right.
So I saw what the conversation did to him, how
Transference of energy.
yeah. And
But why was that important? Because what was Jerry to say? Frozone.
What?
Who was he? Who was he to you? Was he a cosigner?
Co-signer.
Did he cosign you?
he co-signed him.
I know.
But not even that.
Rodney Gilbert
co-signed him more because that was his son.
So, but that was a direct.
Spencer was his son.
Okay,
yeah,
Rodney.
that was
Rodney
his mentor.
So that was more of the cosign from Rodney.
Yeah.
But to be able to reflect that energy, who he's so close with, that it's a parallel kind of thing. So kind of if you have a say my father passed, right? And if I see the next oldest brother, I see my father. You follow what I'm saying? Because they may have some of the same. They're unique in itself because it's an uncle and a father, or it's two different people, but they don't duplicate each other, but they remind you, they mirror. That energy is most found in positive individuals. When we find positive individuals, you find two people that are from different backgrounds, but we get that a lot. People say, yo, you and Godson, y'all, y'all flip off each other, y'all reflect each other greatly on the show.
And in real life too.
In real life. Yeah. But this is something that we didn't see forthcoming, but we did see it forthcoming.
So who are you co-signing? I mean, not you, but it's just for the people out there. Who are you co-signing?
Who are you co-signing?
Like who around you are you co-signing? Who are you putting your word out for?
And is it worth it?
Yeah, are they worth the co-sign?
I'm co-signing positive energy.
Who's co-signing you?
Well, I hope the same positive energy.
Who's representing you out there?
Same positive energy. I'm co-signing.
Who's promoting your name? Who's talking about you, keeping you in conversations?
I want the positive to come back.
Of course. Positive conversations, positive referrals.
Even though they say all publicity is good publicity, I'm more accepting of the positive.
Yeah.
You can get negative publicity too, and it'd be a cosign. It'd be a cosign. No, that nigga ain't shit. If I cosign that, you be like, no, he ain't. Right?
Ooh.
So it go both ways. You be like, what you think about old boy? No, I don't want him. Right? Nah, you right. I don't mess with him either.
Ooh,
We just co-signed.
Wow.
Not messing with somebody.
Speaking of co-sign, I was I dropped in on a conversation. It was an old conversation on Clubhouse. It was a replay.
Okay.
I don't know. I've been on Clubhouse lately. I've been on Clubhouse lately because I'm trying to figure out how to use Clubhouse. Like I'm listening and I'm digging. So I was into an old conversation that Meek Mill had with academics that was moderated by 21 Savage. And, it just sounded like Meek was coming after academics for what it seemed like academics was defaming Meek Mill's image.
Okay.
By standing or promoting Meek Mill's competitions or people that he had drama or personal issues with. So Meek felt some kind of way. He almost felt like he was co-signing his ops, if that's what you would call it.
Right.
In modern day language,
How you see that though?
So hold on.
Okay.
But 21 Savage now
Uh-huh.
being he was cool with academics.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people are cool with academics because of the whole 21 Savage issue. Not 21. What's the rainbow hair boy?
6ix9ine.
Ratatouille. Shout out to Rainbow Hair Boy.
Hold on, gunshot.
Gunshot. Where's the gun?
Are you mad?
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, he gets all of them. Pow, pow.
There go my gunshot right there. Gunshot is at the far right.
Ratatouille.
Yeah. So
Rainbow rats.
Rainbow Hair. Yeah, he got, a lot of people hate, or he got a lot of flack for doing a lot of stories or whatever interviews or Rainbow Hair Boy.
Stories? No.
Well, telling stories,
Telling lies.
telling lies, But but 21 Savage knew him on a personal note and knew that there was a human side to him.
Okay.
So he stood for him. He co-signed him.
Okay.
And he brought him to the conversation on Clubhouse.
Okay.
And he kind of moderated that whole conversation and made it fair to where, even though you get to hear them going at each other, it wasn't.
Gave him a platform.
It gave him a platform to express both of them.
All right.
So shout out to when you said when you brought that up earlier, it made me think about that.
Even the Hassan Campbell talk that we was building about earlier.
Which one was that?
He was speaking about Jim Jones and my son. And,
Yeah.
Some people. I'll say this.
I kind of shy.
I want to go viral the right way. And if you positive energy always corrects errors. So if you present yourself positive at all times, you're still going to get return back. Someone's going to try to still kick you in the back, even though you're doing positive. But you don't return that type of fire with fire. Why you even got people names in their mouth? I don't know. Because it doesn't help your image. It doesn't help change things that have happened to you. Trauma. It's actually re-traumatization because hurt people hurt people.
Just walk away from more negativity.
Right.
Anything that brings you or makes you feel hurtful or feel like you're gonna do something to somebody or anybody, just walk away from it.
Yes, sir.
It does not. That's for me. That's my easiest formula. Like when I start feeling some kind of way, because I know the power that I have, and I know what I can do. And this is not a pissing contest or to see who's stronger. So I just walk away. Because guess what? Even though I know my strength, there's always going to be somebody that's stronger than me. You know what I mean? So.
But your mental fortitude is your best fortitude.
And guess what? It's also the damage that it incurs after that. Do you want to go through all of that? Getting locked up, filing reports, and, So just walk away from it. Yeah. That's my solution to it.
So,
but when
that
we go
brings
back,
us to why do you co-sign somebody? So
for approval,
or
trust,
disapproval,
or disapproval. The history. Who's this person?
Does he got good credit?
Oh,
is his credentials?
Yeah, what crew he ran with?
Right.
What was his performance?
Is he solidified in the community? Is he solidified in?
Now, if you in a gang or a family or one of the mafia families,
or the young guys say sanctioned. Is he sanctioned?
Listen, is he gonna talk? Is he gonna fold?
Right.
Can he go through the fire? See, so people get co-signed for a lot of reasons. Is he fit for the mission? Even in the military. Think about it.
La Cosa Nostra is this thing of ours. Right? The Italians, They spoke like he's a friend of mine, right? So in our community, we say this is my brother. When I say this is my brother,
That's my brother. And know that.
And know that.
You know? So
When I say Frozone's my brother, he's over there eating right now. He got.
oh my God.
He's going in. Right?
Where's the other knucklehead? Used the oven and burnt some stuff. And then dipped off talking about he'll be back.
You mean the one knucklehead?
The one space. What
The only.
what we call them? Space cadets.
Oh no.
You know?
That's our brother.
Space cadet number one. You know,
That's
the
our brother.
younger brother. Yeah, so,
We love him.
Yeah, but we co-sign them though. You know, I mean, even though they knuckleheads, you know, we co-sign them.
Yeah.
Doesn't live here. He's got a mess in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Who does that? Why are you mad?
Why you mad?
Yeah, even though you know, a lot of people in our lives can be knuckleheads, we still co-sign them.
Because we know the potential. So that answers who we co-sign. We co-sign those.
And we want to believe that they're gonna change or improve or learn from their
In our
mistakes.
early 20s, we weren't perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
in our early 20s, I definitely was. Oh my God.
So let's say that. So let's say this.
I was
We co-sign those who sign themselves.
Shout out to everybody that ever co-signed me.
Indeed.
Know what I mean? How many minutes?
That was 18.
Okay.
Hear that story.
Shout out to everybody, any and everybody that ever co-signed me in my life.
Salute.
And there's a lot of people that co-signed me. Even when I wasn't who I was supposed to be. Or for them, you know. They still co-signed me.
When your ego was a little bit more complex.
Jesus, talk about it. When I was in my early 20s, I started calming down in my early 30s. Like, as I hit 30, you know, like.
Oh, you matured quick.
I mean, it rubbed off a little in the 30s. By 34, 35, you know, life had me like, oh, okay, Negro, this is the mission. This is what we doing. You on board or not? You know. So, but cosign is a very interesting conversation. It's a very, I mean, you could look at that on a whole lot of levels, not even one level.
Goes back to last show, right? When you co-sign, you go in there, you got your paperwork, and you're doing the credit report, right? What they ask you first for? ID. They say, identify yourself. Okay, that's good. Do you have 2 forms or 3 forms of identification?
But that's you co-signing your own self.
Well, hold on. Now, once they get the credit rating back, they said,
The background.
you don't happen to have anybody that can co-sign. Right. Now, they need ID. So, to link both shows, identification, ID is wealth and health. It's how you present and how you're presented to. You go into court, I'm not saying wear a 3-piece suit, but if you wear a T-shirt and some sweats to an important day of your life where you may be fighting for your life to be back
And
in
maybe
the community?
and maybe if you do that, your lawyer will be successful in co-signing you.
right, because he's got a suit on. I hope.
You better have a suit on.
All the
Dude.
money we paying, let him show up with some white tee and
Listen, man.
some Air Maxes or something.
I tell all the youngins whenever they go to court or I know they going to court, I tell them, look, go get a haircut.
Yeah.
I said, get your hair done,
Yeah.
twisted, get a shape up,
Yes.
You know,
Just refine yourself.
and wear a suit.
Yeah.
Wear a suit. And when you get there, just be respectful. Too.
If you don't have a suit, borrow a suit.
Borrow a suit.
Borrow a suit jacket.
Because guess what? Your appearance speaks a lot for you. It shows that you were educated, But I mean, now that we know more than what we knew back then, it takes more than just a suit now. Like now we have other ways to go in there and fight for our rights because we know the law now. But back then when we didn't know the law, guess what? At least show up in a suit.
You know what's crazy?
Show up in a damn suit.
You know what's crazy? We talking about one half of it, right? Mm-hmm. Even the streets. I know plugs that want to know what your credit rating is. Does that make sense? Makes a lot of sense.
That's true.
If you ain't gonna pay your bills, what make you think you ain't gonna pay me? You a flight risk. They ain't expecting you to have 800. You in the hood. But if you got a 300 or 400, they like,
How do you show? You have to show like a creditguru.com.
oh man,
Nah.
People,
Who's co-signing you?
you probably
but they
could
can find it out.
right
too.
on
Yeah, but like,
Experian or any of those things.
No,
You
no,
can
no.
pull that right up. He can say, show me this.
yeah, but you talking about the plug. You said the plug.
Right.
So guess what?
might want-
Your man's is bringing you is to either co-sign.
He might want to know where
Yo.
your mom stay.
Ooh.
that might be the cosign.
That's the credit. That's the insurance. That's the insurance.
That's the
That's the insurance right there. That's the insurance policy.
Right.
Just in case things go wrong.
But enough about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of going wrong, my man Baby Blue.
Oh man. My man Baby Blue, man.
He had 3 of the P's, right? A PPP loan.
Man, my man, you see, this is what they talk about when they tell you, leave that scam stuff alone. You see, I was about to just drop the S-bomb, but leave that scam stuff alone, like, for real. Like, they put systems in place to help people during the COVID. My man takes the PPP, and what he do with it? What he do with it?
He got fly with it.
He got fly. He got jiggy. He got jiggy with it. Like
Jiggied with it?
like my man Mike Blackson would say.
got jiggy.
He got jiggy with it. See what I'm saying? So I don't know what to say, man. But now what? He locked up?
Yeah.
See, sometimes it pays to go the right way. Do business the right way.
Depending on what state Big Blue is in, I don't know what, but
And he's a part of what crew? What was his
Pleasure P in them.
what was that group?
What's the name of that group?
What's it? Go to your WhatsApp real quick. What's the name of that group? It was an R&B group.
Yeah.
Baby Blue from Why, you see it?
No, but I remember you mentioned Baby Blue. What is that song?
No, it's a artist. Pretty Ricky.
Pretty Ricky.
Yeah. Baby Blue. Big Blue.
How many songs? How many hits did they have?
Well, they had a few. They had a few albums. Well,
Pretty
it
Ricky.
was all sensual, sexual music. It was a wave, but
Shout out to Pretty Ricky. But Baby Blue, that's sad though.
Baby Blue, right? That's 1/3 of the group,
Doing PPP loan scams.
and not just to sin on him. A lot of others are going down for it. Also,
I mean, a lot of people going down. Then the tattoo, some tattoo artists, the famous tattoo guy, somebody else went down for it. A lot of people. Listen, I don't keep up with these guys.
back to what we're talking about, though.
Yeah.
The cosign. So, if you promote that you have a company with 100 employees, sooner or later the federal government is going to ask for the cosign, and you're not going to be able to give them a cosign to say, "Listen, I have this amount of employees. This is factual evidence. This is who I'm paying."
Co-Signment.
Well, no, we don't want a percentage. They co-sign. They're going to co-sign the story that they were actual employees of the company, right? And when none of your stuff pans out, the only direction you can go is to the penitentiary. The 4th P.
Because you embezzled some money.
Right.
Shout out to that. So,
All right,
anyway,
Yeah.
moving right along.
Moving right along.
Yeah, because that cosign.
It's
could
depressed.
go-
I don't want
it's-
to see nobody locked up for no craziness, but that's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, let's go commercial. Because that cosign conversation can go in like different dimensions.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. You
gonna
can take
come
you
back.
could take it corporate. You could take it music. like who's co-signing you in the music industry. You could take it to the streets. You
Banking.
could take it banking. You know, credit, your credit, trust, all of that. You know, so I mean, a lot of people don't look at it like that. You know, they don't even look at that somebody's co-signing them. So a lot of people abuse their co-signing rights. You know what I mean?
And again, what if someone
co-signing.
co-signs you once and then you default on it? Don't ever think they'll co-sign you again.
Or they give you or they do it again 2-3 times, and you keep messing up. After a while, guess what? They're not gonna keep co-signing you.
Right.
So yeah, but anyway, we'll be back. Let's go into commercial.
Preface what Levin token.
Before we go into this, so we have some partners of ours that are coming out with their own token.
Big up.
That's big.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Solo out of Texas, and Big Seven. You know, I forget his African name, like the last name. It's it's one of those African names you can't really like.
Well, if you can't say, don't look to me, bro.
Listen, man, I don't want to mess it up. I'm looking at you to help me out.
Initials.
I think it started with an E, 7E.
Right.
Yeah. So we
Big
just
E,
gonna say,
seven.
yeah, Big E, Big 7. But yeah, they coming out with their own crypto, and they coming out with their own coin.
Nice.
It's called Levin, and it's gonna be out in about less than 24 days from now.
Nice countdown.
It's actually gonna hit the market. So you're gonna be able to buy their token on coin or token on all your crypto platforms, Coinbase, what's the other one, Robinhood, and all of that. So
that's like black-owned business.
it's a black-owned coin, and I did some research, and so far it looks like it's the first American token. I'm like,
not only first American token, the first American and black owned. Let's give it up.
Listen. We might be looking at history right here at the Ill Mind Capsule. So I was on the phone with them earlier, and I'm trying to see how we can get them up here on the capsule, hopefully by next week or sometime in the near future, so we can have a conversation with them about this token
Let's
Let's
dig for that.
Yeah, and how we can get involved, and support,
Do our part.
Yeah, and right now I know you can get the token for it's less than a penny, so it's real cheap, and they minted just a certain amount. I mean, I'm not gonna go into too much information because I gotta do more research about it myself, but we're gonna run their little. Well, it's not their little. It's not little. Because this is big. This is big. But we're gonna run a short piece from their song that was promoting the Levin token, and I think it has some information on where you can actually go to the website and purchase the token. So Spencer, let's run that real quick.
Levin Project Network. What is Levin Project Network? How does it work? Is it beneficial for us? Do you want to know about Levin Project? Watch this video till the end. Hey everyone! Levin Project is a true decentralized, user-owned, tokenized payment network blockchain. Levin Project's building block, our found...
Level talking, yeah. Whoa. Everybody let's get rich, everybody let's get rich, level talking, everybody let's get rich, everybody let's get rich, everybody let's get rich, level talking, everybody let's get rich, everybody let's get rich, everybody let's get rich, level talking, everybody let's get rich, everybody let's get rich, everybody let's get rich, Levin token, everybody let's get rich, yeah, currency crypto, yeah, my currency's crypto, yeah, Levin token, everybody let's get rich, currency's crypto, yeah, currency's crypto, yeah.
We're back, and we're working.
Ill Mind Capsule, Godson Tony.
Shop on Infinite.
Yes. So at the end of the
Them to
show,
like, subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Right now we need you to go to the LGND channel, LGND Filmworks, all one word, LGND Filmworks channel on YouTube, and subscribe
And like,
to the Ill Mind Capsule or the whole channel, and comment and share with a friend. You
right,
know,
and a friend of a friend.
and a friend of a friend. So that way you get notifications every time we go live.
That's it.
You know.
Thank you for those who's tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for those that's tuned in and those that's going to be tuned in later watching this on the rerun.
You got it.
Yeah, Spencer just ran the numbers to us, and it's kind of low, but you know, we're projecting. We're looking forward into the future. You know, like
Right.
we're going to jump those numbers up.
I think we get a lot of people watching after.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know, I mean, we're finally hitting a 100 view mark. Like the last one of the shows was at 115 views from last week. And you know that's good. We're on an upper projection, so we thank you all for those of you guys that are supporting us.
Each and every one.
Each and every one of you guys, and we appreciate your support in our momentum. You know, so thank you. So yeah, to learn more about Levin and Levin Token, at the end of the show, we'll run that the little. I keep saying little. It's not little. This project is not little. We'll run the promo video of what Levin is about, and it'll give you more information, and it'll actually break down the project, you know. But for now, we're gonna get back into the show,
Right.
you know. So I think you had more to talk about, unpack around that investing and investment and investing in yourself.
Well, we got a visual and pull that up. Invest in yourself.
Oh, that interesting visual.
Yeah.
The interesting visual. The guy with the shop. Oh yeah, that was something.
Invest in yourself will be prepared to, you know, lose it all.
So we got the guy with lots of stuff on the left.
Yeah.
And nothing on the right. Same dude, right?
Yeah. So, you know, you could start out fully established, fully surplus, fully stocked in your business or whatever your affairs are, and through friends, family, wanting discounts and wanting freebies and wanting you to support them or you to co-sign them and make sure that they're good, but then they don't make sure you're good.
But you see, that's why you have to get. I prefer to get from a overflow. You know, you can't give from a cup half full.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because every time your cup half full, you give from a cup half full, and your cup goes empty. You know what I mean? Which
Well, if you look on the left, he was fully stocked. That he probably
Yeah, that's
had
what I'm saying.
overflow, but an overflow every week will diminish, and then it starts being a little bit less, till there is a half a cup.
But you see, that's
quarter of a
why
cup.
there has to be a balance. You know, as
Indeed.
as you are taking, you have to give too. You know, so in life, when you receive from people, you also have to give. There has to be a balance. It has to be a give and take.
On the side of the,
You just can't be a taker. You just can't be a taker.
I agree 100%. On the side of
You know, because when you
us-
take, you're depleting the other person.
on the side of us that are giving,
Mm-hmm.
how to protect ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Not that sometimes you really have to say no.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
no, I'm definitely on point with you with
Yeah.
the fact that those who receive
And watch this.
should
And,
give back.
and saying no is not saying no to that I don't like. I'll never give you or look out. It's just saying no
Not
right
today.
now, not today, not in this moment, not in this for this opportunity. You know, like because people don't know what you might be dealing with.
Right.
You know, like they don't know your pockets. They don't know what you do. You know, your financial status.
So I would say invest in yourself.
Yeah.
So that you can invest in others.
Yeah.
Right.
Put yourself in a better place first. Somebody used to tell me this. Get yourself out the mud first. And then throw the rope back in.
All right. To grab somebody else.
To grab somebody else.
Okay.
You over here trying to help other people get out the mud and you still in the mud.
Right. We in the mud together.
Yeah.
Pulling each other back
Pulling each other-
down. What?
So invest in yourself first. You know, put that that gas mask on your face first going out the plane before you go out there trying to invest in other people. And then, you know, when you level up, when you're in a better situation, look who you can go back for it and invest in and show the way and you know, throw the rope back in for. So, yeah, shout out to that. What do you, I think you had something to say about the primary account. Or
Oh
something.
yeah.
What
So
was that about?
just going back to the cosign talk is you know, it's formal knowledge to that there's a primary and there's a secondary. The secondary being the cosigner to the cosignee, which is the primary. But a primary is a person who may not need a cosigner because they have built up a wealth of trust and has elevated their credit or credentials or satisfactory.
So now we're in the financial sector now.
Any sector, because we're just speaking place of interest, points of interest. So a primary in the street, your favorite laundromat. That's my primary place, but if they're closed, I go here. Right? Why do you go here? This one's cleaner. This one has more washers. They also play my type of music in the laundromat, right? But
What, Spanish music in the Bronx?
so you know you've been to a Bronx
Hey,
laundromat.
listen, man, back in the
Okay,
day.
I see what's going on. Big up, BX.
Shout out to I won't say her name, but shout out to a long friend of mine back in the day. I used to go out to the Bronx, and hang out with her on
Right.
the weekends, and you know, a few times I met her at the laundromat, and it was nothing but Spanish music.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to the Spanish.
it's going down.
It was going on. You'll be in a laundromat having a jam.
Right.
You know what I mean? You forget that you were in the laundromat.
The free club. Might cost you a couple of quarters.
Yeah.
But in all reality, so primary, we would like you to be one of your primary podcasts that you come to.
But you see, the primary for me sounds like primary is the one who brings the secondary.
Primary is in sole, like so in the LLC you have sole proprietor, right? That's one person. That one person that may control other
Maybe
entities.
I'm confusing it, yeah. But
Right? But the secondary is the person that is brought on to identify that the first person, the primary, is who they say they are. Right?
Gotcha.
So when it looks on the form, it's going to say primary. That's the person who's actually driving the car. Secondary is a cosigner. So now, if the primary defaults, the secondary owes what is left on the ticket for whatever services rendered or material purchased.
So wow, okay. Sounds like a company or something, like a group of people. Like, you know, people
What, a secondary?
people rendering service. Say if I don't show up, you gotta if I'm not here for the show, you gotta hold it down.
Right.
Or if you don't show up
We
for the
both
show.
primary.
Yeah, I know. If you don't show up for the show, that's what I was about to say. If you don't show up for the show, I gotta hold it down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if we both don't show up for the show, somebody gotta show up.
Rose. One man fro.
Frozone.
Yeah.
That would be one heck of a show.
Oh,
One day we just gotta
one
let
day-
Fro
yeah, we
just
gotta
rock
let
out
him
and
whip
just
out.
and just let him just do the whole show by himself. Like, do his own show, his version of what a show would be like. I would love to see that.
You're not ready.
I would love to see that.
You can't handle the fro.
What? I would love to see what a Fro shows.
Do
A Fro.
Passover special.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's dope. That's
No,
dope.
I mean, but this is what the Capsule's about. Bring it on, man.
Right.
Like, you know, I mean,
definitely gotta get him
Nick's
involved.
not here today. Shout out to Nick.
The rappers and rabbis.
Say again, bro.
You should get rappers and rabbis on here
Yo,
who have some dope programming around, you know.
I mean,
We can
well,
do
I
it.
don't know if I want to get them on here, But I'll definitely start off with interviewing like one of them. You know, I mean,
Right. It's a conversation.
it's a conversation. That's a very big conversation.
You said rap.
Rap, rap highs,
dope, though.
rap highs, rap highs.
Wow, you just
I'm making words
flip
today.
and bounce him.
Listen,
A triple. You just shot a trip.
I'm lost for a little. I'm lost for words a little bit.
Right.
You know, because I looked into rappers and rabbis, and it was interesting.
Okay.
And there was one that was a guy shouting out KRS-One and, you know, making comparisons to them having their own KRS-One and they having their own this and that.
But that shows that there was a primary. So if you have your own, but the original, the atom, the atom.
And then you give a shout out to
Are you
KRS-One.
saying KRS-One is like Moses or something? Is that what you mean? 'Cause
I forget what the context was,
that's kind of where they're.
but
That's dope, though.
but I like I like that they referenced KRS-One, but the message around it was I just
But maybe the
that could be random because it's like.
and maybe it needed polishing,
but
but
was
you
the
know,
message designed to reflect their people?
I don't know. So I gotta sit back and research that more. No jab at no organization, but I just want to do an interview.
Well, do that. Yeah. Just
Well, you know
find
what's
out.
crazy?
You know.
So
could ask me.
Public Enemy is one of my favorite groups.
Yeah.
Early. So, and they were all about the upliftment of their people. Not that they're against any set of people, right? But you got to understand that we live in a black and white world, or a world of compare and contrast.
I mean, what do you feel?
and not white and black
not
in
you,
color.
Spencer. I already know how you feel.
Oh, that's Soul Brother number one. What are you talking
Because he's a reggae artist.
about? Oh, right.
Not him.
Right.
What do you feel about rabbis rapping?
Rabbis rapping.
Or, you know, rabbis rapping.
Or really
Jews,
rapping about religion.
or Jews rapping about their, well,
I mean, that's. I don't feel anything really
I
because
mean, you don't have to feel. But what do you what do you
Would I listen to it?
yeah.
If I
I
could
mean, you
understand it.
probably won't relate to it.
No, but you know, it's that man's history.
Yeah.
So when you read another person's history book, which we
But what if you don't understand what they're saying?
listen, we didn't understand the history books. I understood why we weren't in there more than we are.
They're rapping about the Bible.
Oh.
It's just
Or the Torah.
It's just the Old Testament.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which,
So maybe-
which is why he would relate to like KRS-One. Because there's several songs that he reenacts of the Bible. Are you a philosopher? Yes. Yes. Shout outs to KRS-One.
So yeah, so maybe
EDP.
we'll shout out to KRS-One, big OG. So maybe we'll. Oh, by the way,
Shout it out to Do It All.
shout out to Do It All.
Salute. We see you out there.
You know, doing big things in the West Ward. You know, like I told what's his face?
Wisecrack.
West Ward is the best ward.
Uh-huh.
Still the best ward. I grew up in the West Ward. You know, Ivy Street in Mount Vernon. You know, Hillside Terrace, Ivy Hill Park, and that whole area. I was up there. You know,
He was running through
I
there.
was running through there, reckless.
He said reckless. Big shout out to him straightening it up.
But shout
No
out to Do
recklessness.
It All. You know, I'm reformed now.
All right.
And also shout out to Uncle Grandmaster Cars.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's big because
BX, Big BX.
yeah, we got invited to his birthday
Oh, we'll be there.
on the 18th.
We'll be there.
And that, guess what? That's a Monday. It's a Monday. So, Fro, get your equipment ready.
March 18th.
April 18th.
April 18th.
He one of us.
Oh,
8/19.
he's Aries, but
But he right on the cusp.
it's right on the cusp. man.
Listen, but I'm an Aries Taurus.
Yeah, I'm Taurus all day. 29,
Listen,
29.
man.
Oh,
That was a nice
That was a
one,
nice little
man.
beat right there.
Yeah, listen,
Doo, doo,
man.
doo, doo.
I be getting sick with it, but you know,
You're right.
yeah. So, what we
What do we have left? We have anything?
we having fun. Nah, but we was talking about we was going from the primary, secondary account holders and stuff. I think you was wanting to talk about trust.
Oh yeah. So, being that we built up the primary,
Oh no, promissory notes.
secondary,
Yeah.
all this is built on what? The fact that you would sign a promissory note. If you don't know what a promissory note, it's a note, a legal. It's like a check, just an IOU saying that I promise to pay this absorbent amount back with interest. So we're building a pyramid now, right? So that's the money involved. That's the two units is primary, secondary. Those are the people involved. Then you have trust. The trust is the financial or insurance companies that bind this package or deal together.
Shout out on that for dropping that information. Drop a gem on them. That just reminded me of Mobb Deep. Baby, I'm falling. Drop a gem on them.
Drop a gem on
Baby, I'm falling. Yeah, but shout out to dropping a gem on them, bro. Like,
Hey, man.
cause that whole trust information, like you see,
We're gonna go deeper.
We're
in
gonna
that.
go
We
deep
wanted
into
to
that.
Simplify that,
But-
just to let you know it ties in. Everything
Yeah.
is
you know, right now
Correlates.
we're forming like Voltron, and we have partners and people that study and really do this stuff,
and we're co-signing them,
and we're co-signing them.
and they co-sign.
They got the information, like, you know, dude, like the guy we brought up here a few shows ago, Jay Michaels. He's the mastermind of that whole like trust and trust laws. Like, he breaks it down like a science. He's been studying that for 10 years. So I mean, this is and we're gonna bring him back to the show. Hopefully we can get him back up next week, a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. Yeah, I mean, he's having some troubles with getting internet access down in Alabama. So where he's staying at is so remote that, you know, they came out there to install the internet and they couldn't.
Oh wow,
They couldn't
He off
install
the grid.
he off the grid type of shit.
that's what's up.
Oof! I dropped the S bomb.
Oof,
Excuse.
You gonna
Excuse
get
me.
a tip jar.
Excuse me for dropping the S bomb.
Yeah, every
I
time
actually
we
told
drop one,
I actually told my big OG I was gonna refrain from throwing that on the show.
All right. No, we're gonna get a tip jar, and I'm gonna buy a sandwich or something.
I was talking about the big OG. Oh well, you too, but I was talking about the big OG do it all too. You know, like
Right.
you know, he was giving me some pointers about the show this morning.
No, that's dope.
And I told him, we're gonna refrain from,
What should we find him? What should we find Toby?
Oh, now they talking about the
$2.
fines.
$2.
$2.
Plus a fee.
So every time,
Processing.
Processing fee.
so that's what that come
For
up
the
to.
capsule.
So that come up to about $5.
No, about $3.
Y'all take credit. Y'all take debit.
I'll co-sign you.
You take debit. Okay.
Let you write a
Y'all got a
promissory
debit
note.
machine. All right. Cool. Cause you know we moving.
I trust you.
Cause we moving digital. So I can write my own promissory notes right now.
Well, I didn't say you can write that. I
listen,
don't want you to go
listen,
like the
'cause-
PPP loan.
No, I just got my own trust and put
Right.
my own money.
That's the next game.
But no.
Watch who you trust.
Watch who you trust, and watch who you
trust my
co-sign
brother.
too.
Yeah.
You know, but it was a great show. I think on that note, we're gonna go into the 11 token, the description or the breakdown of what 11 token is, and we're going to end with that, and we'll see you guys next
On the
week.
capsule.
Boom, and we'll bring them through hopefully sometime soon. It's been great. Peace.
Peace.
Levin Project Network. What is Levin Project Network? How does it work? Is it beneficial for us? Do you want to know about Levin Project? Watch this video till the end. Hey everyone, Levin Project is a true decentralized, user-owned, tokenized payment network blockchain. Levin Project's building block, our foundation, is that we would all build a blockchain where we all own the network and individuals use it to our benefit. You can visit our ICO page at www.levinproject.org. The rise of cryptocurrencies is because our currency payment and transactional systems were not designed with the human technological advancements of today's world in mind. Levin Project Network Blockchain aims to benefit you each time you buy or sell in trade on the network with the Levin tokens. We together would build and all own a new tokenized blockchain ecosystem on which various use case applications and subtokens can be created and launched, applying the principles of decentralized ownership to our foundation. As owners, each time you buy, you get a 5% instant discount. Each time you sell, you pay no fees to accept payments. And our developers will focus on building simple crypto use case products that allow a greater number of people to be able to relate to and use crypto and blockchain applications to their advantage while they mine rewards for completing transactions. The Levin Project Network blockchain activity drivers encourage liquidity, allowing for a consistent return to token users and holders, as well as continual usage and transactionality of the token and its system. We are looking into ways to reduce the gas fees associated with the transfer of crypto to crypto, trade of crypto to crypto, or swap of crypto to crypto. Levin Project Network organizes the space for our users and dev colony to build and use applications that make it easy for businesses and individuals to accept and pay via Levin and other cryptocurrencies. So, I hope you completely understand what is Levin Project and how it works. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Use it for yourself. It gets better every time you're around. It gets better every time you're around. It gets better every time you're around. Every time. It gets better. Your love makes me want so much more.